Welcome to my weekly options trade where I make money in about 5 minutes every week. So let's get started. So last week, AMC was the stock that I was doing my options on, and I ended up taking a loss on this one, and I'll tell you why. So let's get into it. I set my option for $22, and you can see it didn't go above that. But on March 1st, they were doing earnings, and I didn't want a big earnings announcement to wreck my trade, so I closed it for a small loss, and it was only about an $18 loss, so nothing catastrophic. So I have to add that in, and now at this point, I have 12 total trades, and I have 2 losses. So I'm got a pretty high winning percentage, and at this rate, if I can continue to do this, I'm going to keep making money. Now, to do a little analysis on AMC, we are moving down, and it's been testing this level 1, 2, and so we're trading sideways, which is a pretty good place to be. However, every time that it tests this lower level is an opportunity for it to break that lower level. And so right now you can see we've tested it many times here. We tested it again on February 24th, and now it looks like it might be testing it again. So if it does, we could look for a possible break to touch this bottom trend line. You can see the trend line moving down, or it could hit at the bottom of this channel, which is over here. You see that channel? So we'd be looking at possibly an 11 or even down to $7. And at that point, my average price is 22. And so it's going to take me to sell a lot of options to average out of that. However, I can keep doing it consistent. And so let's set our option for this week. This week, my price is going to be 21. I'm going to set my option at 21. So let's see what we got for the pricing on that. All right, so next week's options at 21. Again, not a ton of premium here. For next week, make sure I'm on the right day. Next week, the 21 is only 16 cents. So I'm going to be able to collect a $16 credit. All right, so I'm going to add that to my spreadsheet and keep track of that. Make sure that we're on board for doing that. And that was a 2-minute trade. I made $16. It's not a lot of money, but hopefully when this bounces, we'll close this trade and we're going to be able to scale up. I do want to show one trade that I have right now that we're going to do a little analysis on. We can take a look at this Baker trade, BKR. I got in, you can see, at 28, and I put this in one of my previous videos on the entry. I get in on the breakout of this price right here on in February. And so this week has been just rocketing up on a weekly chart, very strong, bullish. And so we have this 28 level as our support, and I can see a target probably at 37. So I'm going to hold on to this, but the good news is I'm up about 10% on this trade. And so it's nice to be able to get a good trade when the market's not going so good. We could take a look at the SPY and see what SPY did last week. We're still holding this 427 level. We had a pin bar, but it looks like it's trying to go lower. So we have a trend line moving down, and price is moving lower. So we'll see if that breaks. If it does, we're looking at 400 on the S&P 500, but it's nice to be able to get a winning trade and weekly cash flow when the market's not really doing that well. So that's the great thing about trading, is if you analyze your strategy, you can come up with a way to make money even when there's a down market. So thanks a lot, and let's just be consistent and make money every week in the markets. Next week, I'm going to show you guys some ideas on how to find some of these trades like BKR in a down market. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, and we'll see you guys next week.